strong.
Hi, welcome to Funny Minds. I'm your host, Lynn B.
And I'm Edward Biss.
And today we have on, for the second time on our stage, a Latina actress. She is a producer. She's an author, which we'll get into very heavily today. She's a podcaster, which again we'll get into. And she's got so many, I can't even begin to name the amount of podcasts she has. And she's my friend. I wore my friend shirts because she's my friend. Grace Fraga, everybody. Let's welcome Grace to our show. Hi, Grace.
Yay! How do the kids do it now? Like this, right? I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing it this way.
It's like this. Okay. I can.
I actually have to practice.
I don't know. I can't really turn my fingers like that. It looks like a triangle.
I know. This is my
looks like a Dorito.
Well, they're a lot more ambidextrous than we are because they're younger. But I tell you, I don't know.
They're more flexible, right?
Yeah, they are. They can get into positions we can't get into anymore.
Oh my God, I used to be so flexible, not anymore.
I know. Sometimes I go to do something, I say to myself, about 20 years ago, I would have been able to do that.
I know. And then I used to make fun of my dad. I called it the middle-aged sound. It would be like, ah!
Yeah.
Oh, that's me.
Oh my God.
If I cough too hard, I throw my back out.
I know. Isn't it sad?
It's sad.
If you sleep in the wrong position, then my neck is like,
it's all over.
I can't move.
I know. And people say, I must have slept funny last night. But why should you have to say that? You lay down and go to sleep. You shouldn't come up with all kinds of pains and aches,
I know.
I thought I mastered that by now.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And I bought special pillows. I did everything. And still, I wake up, I'm like, or sometimes I'm trying to sleep and it's like right here. It's so tight.
Yes.
On the side, I'm like, I can't sleep. Yeah, I know. I know. Everything. And I'm trying to sleep and I can't sleep because I'm in pain.
And I've done the same thing. I've tried every pillow, lumbar.
Are you serious?
V-shape. I got one from my chiropractor. Nothing's all the same.
Oh my God. I know it doesn't make a difference. It really doesn't.
I threw out 2 pillows that I absolutely loved and I didn't write down the name of what they were. And I bought what I thought was the same thing and it wasn't. And now I can't remember what it is and I could kick myself every time. And how many pillows are you going to go through trying to find the right one, for God's sakes, I mean, it gets to be ridiculous after a while.
And getting older
is cheap.
No, I know. That's what getting older is expensive.
It is.
And I don't even need Botox or anything else. It's like, and it's expensive as is. No plastic surgery, no Botox, no fillers.
No, it's like trying to eat healthy. It's very expensive to eat healthy. It's very expensive to get old.
It's so expensive.
It is.
You know what? It's not that expensive. I should write a book about it because I went whole foods, plant-based. I cheat being vegetarian. That's my bad day,
Okay.
Yeah, but it's actually really cheap. You buy if you have in your pantry, beans, grains, nuts, seeds, and what else do I have? And legumes. So if you have all of that, it's really cheap and you can mix it with vegetables or whatever and put spices. It's I don't spend a lot of money on groceries anymore because you learn how to cook cheaper. And actually, there's a study that there's a documentary called, I think, The Blue Zones, How to Live to 100. And they eat mainly beans, chicken. I don't eat meat, but they eat chicken and they eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. And they live to be 100. And the exercise they do is basically walk, just normal walking around their town. And there's certain areas in the world that are called the blue zones. And and they have in common.
Interesting.
Yeah, the beans and legumes. I'm telling you, every day I eat beans and legumes. I'm like,
hey, I love beans.
I do too. I do too. I made I call it my diet soup. It's just, I just throw broccoli and squash and onions and peppers and what else? Celery.
God, you're making me hungry.
Carrots. And I cook it together. And, maybe sometimes I'll put a little barley in there and garbanzo beans. And I love it.
Oh, I love those.
I love it. I just made it. And I have 1 bowl left that I'll have later. It's just so yummy. It fills you up. It really fills you up.
Absolutely. Anything with fiber fills you up like so
Oh,
much,
yeah.
so much better. And it's way cheaper.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's actually some pretty good broths out there these days.
Yes.
Vegetable broth, chicken
Mhm.
broth
Mhm.
that are so much better, less salt,
Yes.
maybe a little bit more expensive, but definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So what have you been up to, young lady?
I think I might have a clone somewhere.
Do?
I don't know.
Conspiracy theory.
Yes. Yes. How did it happen? I don't know. I don't have a robot. I don't have a Tesla robot. So that's going to be next for me. But no, I've been like doing all my podcasts that I can't even name them, Lynn. Don't feel bad. I have no idea what they are. I have to literally look at my StreamYard and see all my intros.
Oh
And
my
that's how I know my
God.
podcasts.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, every
Insane.
time I turn around, you've got a new one. Now it's like, what is it in the morning? Wake up in the morning with Grace or something?
Oh no, it's Lunch with Grace, Chat with Grace. I also have a private party on Patreon that goes on YouTube, but it's a private link. Then I'm going to start a new one called Sober Strength with Pebbles. She's a comedian. So Pebbles is the sober one. I'm the normie. So we're going to kind of like talk about recovery and being, how can normies support people that want to be sober and all of that. And I'm very excited about that. But it's like, I'm very creative. Like I come up with stuff all the time. Like, I don't know how to explain it. My brain is just wired that way.
Okay.
It's just the way it is. I wrote 3 books in 2 months, by the way.
Jeez.
3 books in
my
2
God.
months. Unbelievable.
Short books, because I'm not like a long, people that are writing like
Yeah, no, that's
100-page
okay.
books. No, I'm like a short attention span.
So what are the names of your
With you
new
on that one.
books?
I have to look.
You have to look.
So long.
Well, I think you're on autopilot right now.
Yeah.
This is my robot. I'm from Tesla. I might be. I don't know. At this point, I have no idea. Anything is possible. Okay, I'm going to give you the tea. Okay. Breaking free from narcissistic abuse, but it's longer than that. So I always wanted to write about narcissistic abuse. In my podcast, I talk about narcissistic abuse a lot. Then I wrote a book, Healing from Within, how I healed myself after my cancer, because I let chemo heal my cancer. But, I'm not stupid. But you gave me that poison and microwave me on radiation, I'm good. No more cancer.
It just gives you a nice, beautiful glow.
Exactly.
She was like on one of those little turnstiles, Oh, get the back, get the sides,
Girl, except the turnstile goes above you, right? And people are like, oh, I don't want to get a mammogram because of radiation. I'm like, bitch, really? I had like 30 sessions, 5 minutes each. You know what? I can glow in the dark. I could probably destroy cities at this point.
Godzilla has nothing on you.
You're like a walking grenade.
Exactly. Yes, I am.
Oh my God. We're going to put you in the next Rodan film. Definitely.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. And then I wrote a book called Love, Laughter, and Lessons, a Fun Guide to Dating, because I always wanted to do that. I'm a relationship coach. And I'm a comedian. So it's a fun guide. So yeah, I wrote 3 books, girl, and they're all available at thestateofgraceshop.com.
Okay. And how are they all out?
They're all out. All you do is go there. They're all $5.99 because I want to make them affordable. And they're on PDF. I'm not going to print books because when I did it through Amazon, I feel like I never get paid. Like I know people buy them. Yeah, it's so weird. I don't know how they calculate it. So I'm like, I'm done. I'm just going to do my own. I have my paywall and I've sold a bunch of books and it's thestateofgraceshop.com. So you buy it and then it says download. So you download your copy and then you read it on your phone. You can put the PDF on your phone and read it on your computer.
Oh, wow.
Whatever.
That's really very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Like, I didn't push my book and I still haven't pushed my book, although, a couple of people have asked me to be on their show so I can push it and I will find the time to do it. But you're right. Like the books that I sold on Amazon takes most of the money.
Girl, I'm telling you. And I see like other people like selling it for like $100. I'm like, who the heck?
I know.
Selling my book no, forget it. And if you allow them to print it, I think they can print copies and sell it through Amazon or other people can print copies and like charge exorbitant amounts of money. And it's like, I'm not going to go through that. I might do Audible though, because Audible, you can listen from your car.
Right.
So people can listen to the book from your car. But again, if, I'm on Kindle and I never saw a penny. And I know people that have downloaded it on Kindle. I don't see a penny. So I'm like, you know what? I'll figure out to do like an MP3 somehow and people can listen to it in their cars or whatever, or put it on YouTube and have a link and just have the audio on it with a private link or something. I'll figure something out, girl, because let me tell you, no, you're not.
YouTube's a pretty good option because I see a lot of people out there with these days that have full-blown movies on there, full-blown albums on there. So they have the capacity to do it.
Right.
Yes, and YouTube is the place to be right now, 150%, because they're trying to be Netflix. By the way, they're going to give us soon, that's what I heard, a Netflix format so we can do seasons and episodes of shows, podcasts, everything. They also are promoting podcasts a lot. They love podcasts. They are also part social media because we have their community posts, right? They have shorts, so it's like a TikTok. So they're trying to put everything together, and it's also the top engine search. More than Google. Well, Google owns it, but YouTube is.
Right.
So it's the place to be, YouTube. So yes, Eddie, absolutely. But the private links, the only problem is like you have to share them. And they have to have like a Gmail account. It's kind of complicated. So I'm trying to figure out another way to do it because I want people to listen to it in their car, like YouTube Music or something.
Right.
Or but I want to get paid for it.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I'll tell you what, I would rather listen to that than music. Sometimes it's like you got a long drive, you got a lot going on, and music kind of you drown it out. You've heard this stuff a million times. I'd rather listen to something interesting. Don't have to mess with it. Don't take my eyes off the road. I could just sit there.
Right.
And you're learning something, right? Like that's
absolutely.
what I do. Yeah, absolutely. When I have guests that I have to read their books because I need to, right? And I enjoy reading their books. I don't have time to physically sit and read. Again, when I'm traveling, when I'm going around to see clients or whatever, I have that on and I can listen to a whole book in a week.
Yeah.
On Audible. Yeah, absolutely. So if there's a way, I'll figure it out. You know me, I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
Nerds!
She just doesn't have those big giant glasses, although she probably does, but she's not wearing them.
No, I'm not. I'm wearing my contacts because I'm vain. I'm a vain nerd.
She's not being nerdy today. So give us a little rundown of each book. Like give us a little synopsis of each book.
Okay. So the one it's called Breaking Free, Healing from Narcissistic Abuse is about basically all the books are about like, okay, this is how to spot a narcissist. And this is one of my personal stories. And this is how you can overcome narcissism, how to get out of a narcissistic relationship. Then Healing from Within, it's the same format. It's like you can heal yourself. We have that power. I experienced it myself. I tell my stories, but I did it after cancer because during cancer, I was isolated at home. You just doing nothing. I was immunocompromised and it was during COVID. So I was like, I could not leave the house. I had everything delivered. You can literally unalive from a cold. I'm not joking.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And so imagine, how did Grace die? Allergies.
Yeah. You don't want to say that. I don't want to think that,
I am not going. No, so yes. So I had a lot of time to I worked with a spiritual healer also. And I do believe, and I have a whole theory, I'm going to write something, I'm sure, about it pretty soon, but we can heal ourselves. And I've done it. And what I do is I send white light and it doesn't come from me. I think it comes from the consciousness. So some people call it God, whatever you want to call it. And I healed myself twice and they're MRIs. And one is a reproductive organ thing. This is an exam, not intravaginal exam. And I'm telling you, I healed from both. So it's in black and white. And I asked the doctors and then they're like, oh, sometimes it happens. It's it happens that they discover that you have something, not that thing reversed, right?
Right.
So I was very reluctant to talk about it because, loony bin, not for me. So, yeah.
Wait a minute now. That's debatable, Grace. No.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to. It's like loony bin's in prison. I don't want to go to either one. So I stay, I stay.
No, but I agree with you, Grace. I absolutely agree with you.
Absolutely. And I know
you can.
100%. And what really, I didn't believe it in the beginning, but I was so desperate to heal from my cancer that I wanted to help radiation, chemo, and everything. And it's all how you see things. So
Mhm.
when I did chemo, instead of seeing, oh, they're putting poison in me, it's like it's a magic liquid that's going to help me heal. So I made it a positive. So my reality, the way I viewed it, wasn't like, oh my God, chemo is like, destroying me. No, no, no. It's liquid magic. And then radiation, this is how I dealt with it because they microwave you. I'm telling you. I still have hyperpigmentation on my fake boob because, it's like getting a tan at a bad salon, like,
Oh,
Yeah.
geez. Oh, my
yeah, like they
God.
turn it
Wow.
up.
Oh,
You were in
no.
50 minutes too long.
I know. And you're like, I only wanted a light tan, not be discolored all over. It's like, oh, well, sorry. We're not giving you your money back. But radiation, the way I looked at it is, you're laying down and they have like this little thing that the machine, right? That they go over you and you're like in weird positions for 5 minutes. And I saw it as God's rays, the rays of God. So radiation, it was not a microwave deal. It was the rays of God. They're healing me. It's a positive light that's healing me. And
Okay.
so once I realized that I had the power to change the way I view my reality, I started saying, well, why not try, when I had that intravaginal thing that the wall of the uterus was like getting bigger and bigger, which can mean, the big C word. And so I was like, oh, hell no. So it wasn't, but every year it went from like 6 millimeters to 9 to 12. I was like, shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. So I was like, this is not good. And they measured the whole wall, right? So it was like, and so then I healed myself with a light. I send it there and I can clearly see it. I look at how the organ looks on Google. And so I go and like my light is focused there. And I did it like 2 or 3 times when I was in Carmel before I had another intravaginal and an MRI also. And the width went from 12 millimeters to 4.6. Again,
Okay.
it happens.
No, it's
Really?
look, I believe you because
Yeah.
I had an incident, but it's not cancer.
Yeah.
When I was 42 and, bleeding unbelievably. And they were
Oh.
like, oh, if this doesn't stop, we're going to have to give you a hysterectomy and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, they
Well,
love
I
doing
thought,
that.
me, surgery, hospital, no. And I went home and I really focused on what
Yes.
was going on with my body. And I put all of my mind power. And I mean, people can laugh at you and say, this is
Who
crazy. You didn't
cares?
do this.
Yeah, really.
And
Honestly.
I went, the bleeding stopped. I went
Wow,
back in a
see?
month and they said to me, Lynn, we have to do a blood test because we think you're going through your change. Well, you went through your changes. Like a month before that, I hadn't gone through my changes. A month later, they said I went
Yeah.
through my changes.
Well,
So I think the power of
yes,
your mind,
100%.
I really believe in the
Yes.
power of your mind. And I've always believed
Yes.
in the power of your, and it stopped and it was good and I was fine.
Yeah.
And that was
I
it.
agree. I agree 100%. And doctors will always try to find a biological because they are trained to do that. Oh, the MRI it can show like that. Or no, listen, MRI of the brain. Okay. Because I'm always paranoid, right? After cancer
Right.
reoccurrence is real. I don't want to have it. I am, constantly doing healing of my body, but you never know. So I had a little bit of dizziness, but it wasn't from cancer or anything. But of course, breast cancer can go to the brain, right? So I was like, oh shit. So my oncologist, who's total OCD, and I'm a hypochondriac, so we're like the perfect team.
That's okay.
Yeah, she's like urgent MRI, and I was like urgent. Oh my god! So they found something like it's you're born with it. You have extra like veins or arteries or whatever in the brain, like
Okay.
tiny, right? And so she compared it to another MRI. And she's like, oh, okay, like the MRI from 2 years ago, it's the same thing. So I was like, okay, I waited and I had another MRI after I did my healing, right? Because I was like, it was a year later. And I did it like beginning of this year, I think. Yeah, beginning of this year. And I was like, just sending the light to the brain. And I saw it very clearly. Like I see the brain and I see the light. It's filled with white light. So I do the MRI and I'm like, they're probably going to say, oh, you have that defect, right? No defect.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Hey.
Again, it happens according to it happens really like all the other 2 MRIs and then a CT scan that I had for my sinuses showed the same thing. And then I do the MRI after I heal myself and it's not there. Coincidence? I think not. Like you, Lynn, same thing.
Yes. I
It's not a
think
coincidence.
people, if they really focus I think it's mind over matter.
Yep. 100%.
And I think you can really help yourself, but you have to really believe. People,
Yes.
like you and I could talk about this, and other people are going to listen. They're going to, what two loony bins am I listening to? But it's not, it's, I mean,
Yeah.
it might sound crazy, but you have to be a believer.
Yes.
You truly have to believe.
Yes.
And I think you don't have to climb the mountain to see the monk in wherever, in India or Istanbul, or wherever it is. You don't have to do that.
Right
You can
here.
go into your own mind. Exactly.
Yes, I agree 150%. Everything external, it doesn't really matter. It's all about internal.
Right.
I realized that during my cancer journey because I had no choice because I was isolated. So I was like, I'm going to have fun with myself. That sounds terrible. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to have to.
We're not even going to touch that, Grace.
We're not going to go there.
We can, but we
that
won't.
too, but that's another story. Anyway,
Yeah,
I'll
right.
tell you what, Grace, I think more people these days are definitely way more in tune with energy, way more in tune with that. So it's definitely progressing.
Yes.
I was fortunate enough to, a friend of mine that I toured with musically also was an energy healer.
Yes.
Went to school, went over to
Yes.
Europe. His wife is an RN, and he's got a thriving business with that and has a lot of clients and does a lot of good work.
We've had
And
him
it's
on the
very,
show.
yeah, we had him on the show. His name's Tim Lowry. And I noticed that it's very hard for him to explain
Right.
exactly how
What
it
it
all
is.
works.
Well, I have different theories. We're electromagnetic beings, right?
Yes.
So we can manipulate that energy. So I think what energy healers can do, they have the gift of manipulating that energy. Because, if you see the aura is really our electromagnetic field. Yes. And also another thing that I discovered, and this is, again, my theory, my point of view, you don't have to believe it, or, for people out there, you don't have to be like, she's crazy. Okay, sure.
When we're finished, they can come and put those white jackets on us and take us away. But for now,
No, I don't look good in white.
I like white, but not that.
I'll just drop all my food on it.
Yeah, exactly. Painted a little polo, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know the pineal gland, right?
Yes.
Or pineal gland, whatever way you want to call it. So the pineal gland is something that's literally in your brain, and it looks like the eye of Horus. There's all a whole theory, right?
Right.
I believe they say that's your third eye. I don't think it's your third eye exactly that you can see, like visions or whatever. I don't think that's related to the pineal gland. I think that is what connects us to a higher or something that is, I call it the consciousness that we're all connected to, right? That's why people, quote unquote, pray for you, meditate for you. They can actually help you heal because they're tapping into that energy. I think it's stirring up your own energy. So this is what I feel, because it's always like, I feel like here, right? Like, I think that the consciousness or whatever that connects us starts here in the brain. That's how we connect to that electromagnetic consciousness, whatever God, whatever you want to call it. And the brain is the captain of our body, right? And that's where all the nerves in our spine go to the brain.
Exactly.
So
that energy goes through.
Exactly. Anywhere you want, to your nails if you want it, to your hair if you want it. Yeah.
The same thing with vibrations. They talk about, high vibration people. Same thing.
Right.
I totally believe in that.
Well, I think
and you could see it
100%. You can feel the energy.
If you're high vibration,
and
someone's not,
you feel it.
You could see how they're turned off by your high vibration.
Yeah,
it's like blinded, like whoa.
I absolutely believe it.
And you know what, Eddie? That's okay, because it's our journey and I'd rather be in a higher vibration. And I believe that the high vibration is our higher self that's connected to the consciousness.
Right.
And then the lower self is like down there, I believe, right? And it's the ego. It's ego-based. And that's where the low vibrational feelings are, like shame, guilt. It's all ego-based because you feel guilty because of your ego. You feel shame or embarrassed because of your ego. Your higher self doesn't give a shit about it, right? Doesn't care. It's like, and so whenever I feel like there's a lower vibrational feeling in me, because we all have it, we go back and forth, right? Like I'm angry in traffic, right? So I'm like, no. Okay, let's switch it around. I'm going to go to my higher self. This guy might be having a bad day. He's being an a-hole because he might have been having a bad day. So I'm going to send good vibes to him or her. And like, I be careful, like don't go crazy and have an accident.
Right.
So it's like we have the choice to go ego or to go higher self. And that's, I think, when we go higher self, our vibration is higher and we attract higher vibration events, higher vibration people. When we're in the lower vibration, we attract, if we stay there, we attract lower vibrational people and lower vibrational events. Like I remember when I was, not on this journey, I was in a different part of my journey. I was like, why do I attract all these a-holes? And I was like, and I provided amazing comedy material, but then I was like, oh, because I was an a-hole too.
Yeah.
And no shade to myself, but we've all been there. We have a-hole moments.
That's funny. Yeah, well, all the time. I call them blonde moments or senior moments, whatever. I have a different name for them, but I'm still being an a-hole. What do I care?
I know, right? Absolutely.
Yes. When you talk about traffic, like I just don't let anybody on the road I just don't let them get to me. I just smile, I laugh, whatever. I say, gee, I feel, in my mind, I'm saying, I really feel sorry for you. And, I hope you have a better day than what you're having right now or, whatever. Like I just can't get upset and annoyed about stuff like that. There's so much more to be thinking about and worrying about if you're going to worry than some idiot who, when the light turns, you didn't move immediately. I mean, I care less.
In LA,
all right. Well, okay. Well, that one's a little frustrating. That one's a little
no,
because
not.
you know they're on their phone.
Yeah.
That's why. And that's what bothers me. But no, am I going to lose it? No.
No, it's not worth it.
No,
it's not worth it.
I don't think so. No. And also anger begets anger. And that's, it attracts it. It's an energy. All these emotions, energy and motion, they're energies.
Absolutely.
Emotion. So.
And anger just pushes people away.
Totally. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Not
and
good.
people don't want to deal with you when you're in an angry mood. People just want to slither away, and just not want to be bothered. And a lot of people don't understand compromise. They don't understand. They have to bring it to that level immediately, and it's too bad. But I just laugh at people like that, or sometimes I don't want to laugh at them. That they see me laughing, but my mind is laughing like hell. I'm saying a lot of things in my mind.
I'm laughing inside.
Inside, I'm hysterical, but I can keep a very good face on the outside.
I work with kids, so it's really hard sometimes to maintain. They're so funny. I teach swimming.
Oh, yeah.
The things they tell me. The other day, I'm smiling, and he's like, your teeth are yellow.
Oh, jeez.
I know. And so I'm like, okay. And he says, well, my dad says old people have yellow teeth.
Why does your face look like that?
So I go, oh, really? And he says, yeah, my dad also has yellow teeth because he's old. But see me? Mine are not yellow because I'm not old. It's so hard not to laugh. I'm telling you. It's like, and keep a normal conversation. They're telling you that. It's hysterical.
But that's the innocence of it all. It's great. It's such overwhelming innocence that comes from them. They don't, it doesn't mean anything to them. They're being so honest and they think what they're saying is like such a wonderful thing. They're having a conversation with you, and whatever that conversation is, it's wonderful, and they're enjoying it.
You. Yeah, they're helping you. Hey, whiten your teeth.
Yeah.
So you don't look old.
They're also very good at sales.
I what?
Kids are very good at sales. They're natural salespeople.
Yes, they are.
Because they will not take no for an answer.
I know. And then I have like the little alpha ones. They're like, first we're going to do this. And then I'm like, okay, are you the swim teacher? I didn't know because your parents are paying me to teach you swimming. I didn't know you were the teacher. And they're like, no, I'm not.
Yeah. Who's the teacher? You are.
I know, that's so cute. Working
Oh,
with kids is the
God.
best. It's so fun.
I used to
They are
coach,
a lot
when
of fun.
my sisters were young, we coached their softball team.
Nice.
I'm talking
Yeah.
really young.
Yeah, very young.
And we used to laugh our asses
Yeah.
off at the running into the outfield. The girl in the outfield has to pee, so she's dancing around.
With a plate
You know,
in the
then she's
dirt.
trucking off the field to go pee. The other one's throwing dirt, the other one, and I'm just sitting there going, this is great. This is
They're
great.
hysterical. I once had a student. She's like, I need to pee. So I thought she was going to go to the bathroom. She went and did the downward facing dog, lifted her leg like a dog and peed.
Oh my God.
In the pool.
And when she was peeing, I was like, girl, what you doing? She was like,
Hellstar.
Oh, God. Well, there was no
So funny.
underwater training that day.
Yeah, right.
What
Just
is
kill
that
all the
movie?
jellyfish.
I
Eddie,
know.
what's the movie with it with oh God, what's his name? Kevin whatever from King of Queens where they pee
Oh,
in the
Kevin
pool.
James.
Grown-ups.
Grown-ups.
Yeah.
That was
Adam Sandler.
hysterical.
And they go
Yeah,
in the pool,
that movie
and they're
was
like,
hysterical.
they're talking about the blue ink. Oh, there's
Yeah.
no blue ink when you pee, and they roll it around the whole turns blue.
I often think about that when I go down to the pool with the kids or something. I'm like, how many people are real? Because I don't go in the pool, I don't swim.
Yeah,
How
I
many
know.
people are really in there peeing in that water?
You know what? It is what it is.
I know. It freaks
What are
me
you
out.
gonna
It
do?
really does.
The best is when you go in a hot tub and it has a sign that says, if you have diarrhea,
I
don't be in the
know.
hot tub.
The fact that they have to tell you don't poop in the hot tub. You know what I mean?
I've never seen that sign.
Oh, I've seen
I've
it.
never
So
seen
whenever
that.
somebody
And it never gets old.
No, I know. But whenever somebody poops, because I've taught like different places, like community pools, they have to evacuate the pool.
Yeah.
And they have to take some water out and then do a treatment, like a shock treatment, because there's a lot of like bacteria and viruses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's very
people
serious.
can get very ill from that. That's it's not a joke. Yeah.
No. Or when they throw up, I'm like,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
another
boy.
one. I know.
Oh
Delightful.
boy.
And the boogers, there's
Oh
always.
my
God.
God. That's my
Always.
Kids in
And
there.
they
That's
go
the one
like
thing I
this.
hated.
It's nonstop. This is the booger show.
Nonstop. It's like, yeah, you just have to, toughen up because if
They sneeze and it's just hanging about 1.5 feet down.
I know, and they
Eddie.
don't
And you're like,
realize it. I know.
oh, I can't.
And
Don't
then
touch
I
it.
you
I
can't
brought my
feel
daughter
this
boogie
booger.
wipes.
Like it's going down to your feet. You can't feel it.
Yeah.
Like, how
No,
can you
because they're
not?
kids, they don't want to
But
stop what they're
where?
doing. Or they'll go like this and wipe it on their
I know when they do that. So gross. It's like, I'm not holding you right now, okay? Make
Yeah,
sure there's
no.
no boogers
Go
in
away
your
from me.
arms. Gross.
That's the one thing with my grandkids. The minute that finger would, don't put that finger in your nose. Don't you pick your nose. Don't you come near me if you pick your nose.
They don't care. They really, kids
No.
don't care. They're so funny.
No, they don't.
And then when they come out of the water, you know how kids do like that?
Yeah.
I'm holding them like this. They do it in my face.
Oh.
So I can feel like the viruses and bacteria and I'm like right at the face and put water. But I get sick twice during swim season and it's about 9 months out of the year. Yeah, I get sick at least once because, literally spitting in my face.
Grace,
And
you
they're
have to get
germ
one of
monsters.
those. During COVID, they had the clear.
The shields.
You
Yeah,
can't
it's not
do
the
it?
same. No, because you can hurt the kids. I have to do backflips and stuff. It's good. My immune system gets stronger that way.
They would just make fun of you the whole time anyway.
Yeah, well, that's true,
yeah.
too.
Yeah. Like,
Look at our teacher. Look what she has on her face. Why do you have that on your face?
I know.
Teacher's
Why
sitting
don't
with
you
a helmet on.
Do you have a problem?
I know. They're so real. I love that, though. That's so refreshing.
Yeah,
to
no,
be
kids are
told in your
crazy.
face.
It is.
Yeah.
I had my grandson over here yesterday and he had to come with me I wanted to go get my nails done. And he couldn't wait to get back here because he wanted to watch something on Netflix. So it was like such a trauma to drive from the nail place back to where I am. And it's like, are we there yet? Did we get there yet? When are we getting there, Shanae? When are we get? I'm like, we're almost there. And I had to keep telling him, oh, look, the exit's up. Oh, look, we're going to get off the exit. Oh, look, we're at the light now. We're going to turn, like getting him hyped, like, we're almost there. We're almost there. And he comes in the house and I'm like, well, what do you want to watch on TV? That's so important. Oh, no, I think I'm going to play with my, whatever his thing is. I'm like, okay, I rushed to get back here because you had to watch TV, right? They're just nuts. Little kids are nuts. They're just,
they're
that's
nuts.
all
They
there is
change
to it.
their mind like in 2 seconds. Yeah.
I know they do.
I want to play with toys, like I have water toys. No, I want to jump. No, I want to, like, what do you want to do? Like, give them 2 choices. You want toys or you want to jump in the pool? Which one? Pick one.
They don't know.
They're like all over the place.
They don't know.
No.
So what's on your agenda?
On my agenda is
Yes.
I'm going to take a little mini vacay. I'm not going to say where so people don't stalk me.
Okay.
Smart move.
Okay, that's good.
Yes, because I'm working so hard trying to build my YouTube following. I have now 2.25 thousand.
Well, that's good because you wanted to get 1,000. That's what I'm telling people too today. When we were doing this, like we need 1,000 people and and
Yes, and
so
the watch hours are very important because the shorts you have 3 options, and then the shorts are like 10 million. It's like for that to happen, it's gonna be
I know that's
right.
Yeah,
that's impossible. So especially as a new channel, it's very impossible to get 10 unless it's a fluke, and you just like something goes viral. But so the 3,000 watch hours, that's why I'm a fan. If anybody wants to grow their YouTube, I'm a fan of lives because you talk to people, they're fun. You can post their comments on StreamYard. I'm on StreamYard and you can post their comments and you can go 2 hours and you have like 6 people watching. That accumulates,
Yeah.
So
we talked to someone today, and I'm not going to put his name out yet because we just talked to him. And he's got over 100,000, right, Eddie?
nice.
Yeah.
Yes,
Nice.
over 100,000 people. And I'm like, geez, if I had 1/10 of your people, I'd be the happiest person in the world.
Absolutely.
So we'll see what he does for us, but
yes. But you know what? YouTube looks at engagement more than amount of followers. It's good to have a good amount, but it's more like how people are engaged with you. Like if they comment, if you do a live, if they're commenting, if they're staying put, so they look at things like that because they can tell the advertisers like this person, only has this amount of followers, but their engagement time is like 2 hours, so that's what you want to look at on YouTube. That's why lives, I'm a fan of lives because your engagement time is really good and people love them. I'm telling you, you guys would be great at that because you can talk to your audience and they love it.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll get to it. I'm just trying to settle a few other things before we get to it. But, we will get to it, and there's just so much that we can do, but there's only so many hours in a day. And, it's just like every time I turn around, it's something else, and I'm like, oh my God, do I have enough time to get this done before I have to run here and do this? So, we do put a lot of time out there and in there but there's so much more to do. There's just so much more to do.
Oh, absolutely.
Totally.
It is.
And we're constantly learning, like, thumbnails are different than a few months ago. And so you got to do them a certain way to get people's attention. And then, there's so many little tricks you can do, SEO and all that you can increase. But it's like, if you're just one person, doing everything, it's really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's people out there, there's kids out there now that are gurus.
Oh, they put these things
if
out.
You could
like
just
there's
grab
no
one of them and hire them and be like, be my little guru. That would be
unbelievable. They're unbelievable. What they put together, it's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
I heard from the people today that are putting out my 2 video podcasts for the People's Choice Awards, and everything's they're going to give me information. The voting is going to start next week. So they're going to be giving me the information. So then I'm going to have to run all of that out there to everybody, just like, like push every day, like push it and stuff, to get people to vote and stuff like that. Cause I'm really excited about it,
Yes, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, well, I have 2. I have Lady Sings the Blues with Miss Freddie, and I have The Real Mac, and he's funny. So he's a comedian. She's a lovely, wonderful woman, and she's just all over the place now. She has grown so incredibly, wonderfully well. I'm so happy for her. But we'll see what happens, but I'm going to push it all over,
Yeah, if not this year, next year, or if this year, great. You never know.
Yeah.
Her name gets out there. That's what you want.
I know. I even got the other day a producer who wants to be on the show. And I'm like, okay, Okay, that's thank you. I'm so happy.
Give me 10
that you
minutes.
wanna be on-
Yes, exactly. Well, it's all
Yeah,
about connections too, but
yeah.
now it's so much easier to connect with people than it was like 20 years ago.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you would never be 20 years ago, you would never be able to do stuff like this and get anywhere. It
No.
would have been so terribly difficult,
Yeah.
to do anything. I mean, just commercials alone or they would never think
yeah.
of giving somebody any kind of airtime on a show.
Not
On an
even-
independent show to do a commercial. That was unheard of. Absolutely unheard of.
Yes.
So,
It's more like, I think we're moving into a timeline that's more like people for the people. Everything is crumbling down. Hollywood is crumbling down with all this. PDD is just the tip of the iceberg, right? And then also here in LA, there's less shooting in LA. They're laying off lots of people, Paramount and other companies.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And then I think it's all about, that's why being on YouTube is great. And then, we talked about like Uscreen, which is another thing that once you have a lot of followers or a good following on YouTube, then you send them to Uscreen where you're not censored because it's like your own channel and it's built like a Netflix channel. And then you can, if you pay a little more, you can have it on Roku, Apple TV, so your show can be on all those platforms. And I think people now with all, YouTube, TikTok, etc., they're more prone to having a bunch of people that they follow and they enjoy. And whether it's for a time or forever, it doesn't matter. And they kind of binge watch their videos or, for a while. Again, like on TikTok, follow people.
Is it like Netflix? Because I can get my podcast on Netflix.
Yeah, I don't know about Netflix though. They're very picky. They're very picky.
It's just for ha-has, like once in a while, I'll say to my grandson, he'll want to watch Netflix. And I'll say, you want to watch Shanae? She's on Netflix. And I'll go and pick an episode that I know is not really like going to say anything, although I say, oh shit to him all the time anyhow, so it doesn't matter. Or then we have a new commercial on it says, lies, bullshit. And he's like, oh, they're naughty like you, Shanae,
I love it.
But anyhow, I'll pick an episode that doesn't have Eddie and I doing anything too bad. And, I'll say, look, Shanae's on. Of course, it only lasts like a couple of minutes and be like, okay, I want to watch Mario now,
That's so funny.
But I am on there. I have seen our shows on there. Yeah, on Netflix. Yeah.
Really?
No, what am I saying? It's not Netflix. It is YouTube. Yeah, YouTube has me on.
YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, not Netflix, YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. Netflix is hard to get on.
Duh.
Yeah, that's
Blonde moment.
Oh, yeah,
know.
YouTube. Well, you can watch YouTube on TV, right? So
Yeah, I watched it on the TV. Yeah.
Yeah. And Oh, speaking of, can I promote my private events?
Go right ahead.
Sure.
Okay. I don't know when this is going to air though.
Oh, this is going to air after you. It's like November, the second week of November, third week of November, you'll be on.
Never mind.
Well, are you going to have another private event? I'm sorry, I can't make yours because I'm going to my niece's party.
No worries. I'm probably going to have one in March.
Oh, that far apart? Okay.
Yeah, because it's a lot of work.
Okay, why?
I hire an engineer to engineer the show. We do stand up and we do also sketch comedy. So it's a lot.
Oh, okay. It's a big production.
Yeah, and I'm the only one like working the production end of it. The
Okay.
other are part producers, they promote and all that, but I'm the one, that's doing all the outlining and collecting media and all that. So yeah, so it's a lot of work.
Okay.
Sounds like an insane
it's
amount
going to
of
be
work.
after the fact.
Yeah,
but
it
then,
really is.
But then is it going to be recorded or are you going to, like, people can pay to see it after the fact? All right.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you just, say something about it
Yeah.
and then people who haven't been able to catch it or whatever.
Good move. Okay. So people that did not catch the fundraiser, they can still buy tickets and I will give them a private link of the show that they can watch on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's only $27.50 per household. So you can buy one ticket and watch, your whole family can watch it.
Yeah.
Okay. And where do they go for this to get this ticket?
It's called fundraiser laughyourcanceroff.com.
Oh, okay. Fundraiser laughyourcanceroff.com. That's very good. Okay.
Yes, and parts of the proceeds go to France Place Counseling Center.
Okay.
And
Wow.
patients. Yeah.
That's great, Grace. That's really good. I like that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. That's
Well,
why
I'm sorry I can't make it, but
don't worry.
she has this party once a year. I'm going to be Janis Joplin. It's musicians this year, so I'm going to be Janis Joplin. Yeah.
That is so funny. Oh my God.
Janis,
I need pictures.
Oh, I will. I'll send pictures. I definitely will send you pictures. We'll have a great time. And we have to do karaoke for prizes too. So I've already got my songs picked out. Of course, nobody's going to want to hear my voice, but
come on, you're the songbird of your generation.
Oh, Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz?
You know? You can lip sync.
We'll have a good time, but I'm sure your show is going to be absolutely fantastic.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do characters. We have comedic characters, Faru and Baru, who want to save the Bobs. God. And it's Stephanie Tejada and Jacqueline Pissarro. They're hysterical. Those are my favorite characters. And then they're going to do Angie and Racheta. Then I'm going to do Belle with Angie and Racheta. Belle from the South.
Oh.
And Belle and Louvre. And then I'm going to do the Tias, Consuelo and Marisa. We're going to do, that's going to be the last one because I have to put like crazy makeup. So I have to leave it. I'm not going to be like, you know.
Oh, God. That's going to be fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, you can go to fundraiser, laughyourcanceroff.com. and purchase a ticket and watch it, not live, but just watch the video.
Okay. And where else is everybody going to find you, Grace?
Everywhere.
She is everywhere, and that's true.
I'm a hub. But linktree.com/Grace Fraga, all my links are there. If they want to buy merch, thestateofgraceshop.com. And if they want to buy the tickets, fundraiser, laughyourcanceroff.com.
Didn't someone mention, Grace, that you were going up in one of Elon Musk's rockets?
Yeah, my boyfriend.
Did I mishear that?
One of these days.
Did I mishear that?
It would have surprised me.
He hasn't launched in a while, that man.
Yes, I know. Did you see the robots coming out? Apparently, they were actually handled. Like there was somebody behind them, you know, like remotely talking for them because they were scared that they would glitch or something.
Oh,
so it's like, that's some BS. I know. And for 20 or 30,000, you can buy your own robot. And yes, Optima something. And they cook, clean, they do all kinds of things for you. I'm scared of a malfunction, though.
Well, for 20 or 30,000, you can get a con man on date.com, you know?
I know, right? I know. But no, apparently he's very, I don't know. There's probably, but they clean, they do everything for you. I'm scared they would have a glitch and then try to unalive me at night when I'm sleeping.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's like the car that was supposed to drive itself and almost killed somebody, you know, remember that?
I know.
You wake up and it's just staring at you.
No, I give Elon a lot of credit. He's a brilliant man. He's got a lot of brilliant people working for him and stuff. But I don't think he's really there yet. You know,
no,
I think
he's
pushing the gun a little bit. He's not really there yet. So
yeah, I think he's making us ready for what's coming.
Yeah. He's getting everybody ready for whatever insanity he's going to put out there. But, you know, the man is insane, but he's sane, but insane.
Insanely sane, yes.
Yeah, insanely sane. Yes, you're absolutely right.
Did you hear about like the Neuralink where they already have it and somebody who can't move and with his mind, he can play a video game. He doesn't touch anything with his mind.
Right.
Right.
I did see that. And I was like, they were just talking about this. Now I'm seeing it.
I know.
Real time.
Right.
We're electromagnetic beings. See,
well, that's just it. That's just it. You know, and he's conquered a lot of powers. He really has. So you have to give the man a lot of credit. He has done a lot. I don't care if he sits on somebody's show and smokes pot. I don't care. It doesn't bother me because it's not destroying his brain power. That's for damn sure. It's probably enhancing it.
Yeah, he's got people. I guess he's the idea guy, and he's got people. You know, the nerds.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure he's got some high end.
Oh God, absolutely. You know, without a doubt.
Yeah. So. It's all good. I mean, the Neuralink that's helping somebody who can't move, I think that's fantastic.
It is wonderful.
It's
enhance people's lives in so many different ways, which is wonderful.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's probably what he was put on this earth to do. So therefore, yes. That's what he's doing. You know?
Yeah. And then the cars, Waymo, that they drive you, it's like an Uber with no driver.
Of course, I would be a little leary of that. I have a control issue. So, you know, I like to control my own car. You know, I don't even.
What if you're drunk and you fall asleep and you wind up in Detroit?
I know.
How are you gonna know?
I know.
Well, I don't know. You see a bunch of rappers on a corner. I don't know.
not for me. I'm a little scared of that.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
don't
me
like the
too.
car that pulls in by itself. I just,
It creeps me out a little bit.
it does. It creeps me out
Right?
too. I just want to be in
Totally.
control of things. So, no, I'm
Yeah, me
not.
too.
I don't think I could sit in a car and there's nobody at the wheel and the car's going. I would be sick to my stomach. My stomach
Yeah.
would be going like this. I just would. I
Yeah.
could be. No, I can't do it. I
Yeah,
just
same as having like the robot here. I'm scared of a
Yeah.
malfunction. That's what I'm scared of.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I absolutely.
Yeah.
You can get a little baby one that, like a little Chucky doll. Like I could
like
never
a puppy
imagine how
robot.
people didn't kill the Chucky doll because it was so tiny. So you can get a little tiny robot that, if it really gets out of line, you can beat it with something and be dead.
Exactly. But not the big ones. They're big.
No, the big one, that's why you got to get the little one. You got to get the baby one first.
Yeah, but you got to be
Yes.
careful because before you know it, they'll pass a law that you can't assault your robot.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know, and there'll be an instant message that goes to a station somewhere, and they show up at your house.
That's right.
Yeah,
It can
you go
assault
to-
you.
Yeah,
like
it
an
can assault you,
OnStar
but you can't
system that
assault-
alerts.
It has rights.
Help!
has
Help!
robotic
She's
rights.
beating me.
I
Beating me.
know.
That's so funny. Then the robot police come to your house. Yeah, that would be so
Yeah.
cool.
Little
For
red
somebody
robot
else, not
cops.
me. Look at Grace. She's having a fit.
No, I could just thinking about it. Sorry, I'm very
The
expressive.
scenario
great
going
visual.
on in the
It's a
head.
great
Yeah,
visual.
it is a great visual. Yeah, you'll have to do a podcast on that.
Yes, my expressions. When I was little, my mom would be, I know you're lying because your eyes go like this and you don't blink. No,
That's
then I would
funny.
see like that. Oh my God. Yeah, that's always been a concept.
We have to get going.
Yes,
and,
I'm sure you
it's
have
been-
other
and
guests you have to take
It's
care
been
of.
a pleasure. Again, it goes by so fast talking to you, and you're doing wonderful things. You're really doing so
Thank
much,
you.
and so I'm glad you're taking a vacation because your body and mind probably needs
Yes.
it desperately. You
Yes.
know,
Yes.
desperately. So wherever you're going, enjoy yourself.
Thank you.
First of all,
Be safe.
have fun and, take it easy, relax. I'm sure you'll rebuild your mind and you'll think of a lot more things that you'll do as soon as you get back.
No, when I'm there.
Well,
And
you'll
I
think of them
text
there
myself,
and get them done when you get back.
Yes, I'm not going to do anything there, but knowing me, I'm
don't.
probably going to do lives or something. I'm crazy.
Okay. Yeah, you can do lives
Great.
anywhere,
Yeah.
All right, so we are Funny Minds. You can go on funnyminds.com, and there's two organizations that we'd like you to take a look at, and that's St. Jude's Children's Hospital and breast cancer. And we have a big purple button, and if you'd like to donate, that's fine. And we have merch, guys, and we have a lot of different sayings, or we have Funny Minds in a lot of different sayings and the way it looks. And I have to ask you people to please push us on YouTube. Please, subscribe. And I hope you like the show, and we'd like to see more and more people, and that would be wonderful. And Grace, we really, really enjoyed having you on the show today. You're just such a special person. She's amazing.
Grace.
But in the
How
immortal words
sweet.
of George Burns, say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Thank you. To everybody,
Awesome.
please be
Thank
happy,
you.
be wise, be healthy, be careful, smile, and laugh, because we all know that laughter is the best medicine. So, bye-bye, honey.
Bye.
Thank you,
for having
Grace.
me on.
Good to see you.
Talk to
Bye,
you
Eddie.
soon.
Bye,
Yes, it
Lynn.
was great to see you.
Same
Bye.
here. Bye.